Obviously we're not. We love to win, right? We love to win, and I'm excited that these girls pulled that off. I thought we opened the game really well. I thought we stuck to our game plan. I thought we had a really good pace about us. I thought we were attacking the basket. We got some good shots, and I thought we had a really good flow. I thought we got in a little bit of foul trouble in the second quarter. They went to a zone. The zones normally don't bother us, but I felt like we became a little too passive and didn't continue to attack as much as we did in the first quarter. And we just, I didn't think that our defense got really any laxed, but it felt like our offense still wasn't clicking as obviously from the score. But I did think that the second half we came back out, set the tone again, and finished. I thought Brie was really good all night long. I thought she gave us some confidence. She was really aggressive to the basket, scored in a variety of ways, and she defended well too. And then I thought Riley was really patient and took some good shots late in the game that really helped us just hold them off a little bit. And obviously we're still turning the basketball over too much and just doing some things that look a little bit like we're young. We're playing some young kids at times, and I feel like we're turning the basketball over some when we're in some different spots. But overall, I thought that our kids really dug deep, and they played hard, and they got the win. So proud of them for that.
Brie, obviously your best night in a Lady Raider uniform so far. What were you kind of able to do to get into a rhythm early there?
Just be confident all week and practice since the last time we played. Our coaches and my teammates just poured a lot of confidence in me, so I didn't pass up the open shots that I did in our last game, and so I was just playing with confidence.
And you look like you kind of got stiff a little bit at that first drive there. Was it your back that was kind of hurting you there a little bit?
My tailbone, but I'm good.
Well, you played 8 games last year. This is your 8th game now. You guys haven't lost since you've started playing. How have you where are you at with your rhythm and flow, and how are you feeling kind of as the season? There's a lot of season left for you.
I can't say we're feeling the best just because we have to continue to grow and get better. But at the same time, I'm just happy to be out there with my teammates and be able to play. It's my senior year, and I'm having fun, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm just happy to have the opportunity to do that.
Brie, you mentioned it kind of right there. Just your ability to come into the season so far and have these, back-to-back consistent big games. Is that coming just from something you've been doing at practice? Is it the Wheaties? What's been going on with you mentally?
Honestly, it's just my coaches and my teammates continue to pour confidence into me. And, I've played, probably, I don't know how many different positions. So it's, adjustments. And then, like I said, just them having the confidence in me and me finding it in myself. They really helped me a lot when it comes to that.
And Riley, Andrew mentioned it before, a lot of steals for you tonight, a lot of steals for the team in general. Mm-hmm. What are you guys seeing out there when you're going after those intercepted passes, and why do you feel like you guys can be a little bit more aggressive, I guess, on that end of the floor?
I think we're just all trying to help each other. Tonight we had a lot of big matchups, and so we had to be able to guard our own at some points, but also we had to be in the gap and help each other. And so those steals, those are fun steals to get. It's good to help your teammate, and those are the ones I like to get whenever my teammates working their tail off and when they get a skip, I'm able to intercept it. Thank you.
Go get some rest. Bye. You too.
Coach, once again, another big night for Brie. These past back-to-back games have been huge for her. What's it been like not only to have, someone like that going off for big nights, but her especially being a senior and one of the leaders on the team?
Yeah, I think she's just kind of getting into her rhythm. I think, like she said, she's becoming really confident in what she's doing. She knows what we're asking her to do, and she's playing hard. She's taking good shots. She's trusting her teammates. If you take the first 3 or 4 games, really 5 or 6 games that we played, she wasn't the high point, and there wasn't anything wrong with that. She was perfectly happy with us winning the game and other people getting it done. So I think that's just an example of how this team can be. That different people can step up and have big nights, and the past 2 nights have been hers, and that's been great. And I think people are going to have to start keying on her a little bit more. I think they've keyed on Riley quite a bit, even Bailey some, because of our previous games. And so now I'm sure people will start keying on Brie, and someone else will have to step up.
You mentioned obviously there's always room for improvement, and down the stretch, even if things get hairy, I don't think you guys have lost a fourth quarter this entire season so far. What's been this team's ability to be able to be so good in that final stretch of the game?
I still think it's just the confidence and experience that our kids have. I mean, we've got 5 seniors that have played a lot of basketball, and they've lost a lot of close games, last year, and I think they've just learned from that. I think they've learned how to handle it better. They've had more experience in those types of situations, and they're just being really confident and executing. I really am proud of how they're staying together and just continuing to fight and putting games away.
You kind of alluded to it. You guys started off well, kind of some ebbs and flows in there. In games like this where you kind of get up big and this is the level of competition you're playing, how much of a challenge is it to have them keep their foot on the gas and just keep pushing to the end of it?
Yeah, I think we're still trying to learn how to do that. I think, we really challenged some kids at halftime because we pointed out that 3 of them, when they came in off the bench in the first half, their girl immediately scored on them. And especially after we had held them so well. I think it was, we held them scoreless for quite a while. So when we make that substitution and that happens, that can't happen. And so we're just pointing that out to them. They're learning. I mean, we've got some young kids coming in and having to play some big minutes and play a big part, and they're learning some valuable lessons right now. But I do think that, that we got to stay out of foul trouble in the first half so that we can keep our foot on the gas and then just not turn the basketball over. I think there was 10 points that they scored over on 4 of our turnovers or something like that in the second quarter, and that was a run that they went on that we can't let happen.
Anything else for Coach Curley before we let her in? Go back to Mason for one quick. I know we talked a little bit about Riley and the steals that she had tonight. I feel like Jazz Shavers is just good for one of those steal and scores with the Euro step across the floor. How big has she been on the defensive front for you guys?
Yeah, we're really challenging Jasmine to be a great defender for us. She's been drawing the role of having to stop the ball in transition, and usually that's the point guard. In this case, their point guard is their best player, and I thought she did a really, really good job of that in the first quarter. Because we had to rotate some different people on her, and then different people started bringing the ball up the floor. I think that kid got a loose. Obviously, she ended with 30 tonight, but that wasn't all on Jasmine. But I do think that she's definitely capable of being a great defender, and I think she's buying into that. I think that's why you're seeing her minutes grow so much, and she became a starter, is because she started focusing more on the defensive end than the offensive end. Clearly, she can score the ball, and she's a great offensive player, but we need her to play defense too, and when she does that, it actually helps her offense.
Anything else? Coach?
Thank you, guys.